Namaste and welcome to the Yoga University presents 21 hours of YouTubeathon. My name is Beena Latish and I am a yoga teacher and a yoga therapist associated with Sri Swaminarayan, the Yoga University International. So I hope you all are having a wonderful time. You would have heard many speakers uh, talking about the various facets of yoga. I'll be talking about how yoga is different to exercise, the different forms of exercise that people generally do walking, running, going to the gym, doing cardio activities, and weight training, resistance training, CrossFit, mixed martial arts. So, how is yoga different to all these different types of exercises? Let's just talk a little bit about it. Here, I'll be using my personal experience. I've been going to the gym for the past around a decade or so, but now I've stopped during these COVID times. And I've been doing yoga for the past 2 to 3 years and still continuing, like everybody else, yoga at the rate home. So let's begin with this topic that I've chosen for today. First and foremost, when one hears the term exercise, what do you think of? It is some kind of a physical activity that one dwells in for basically improving your stamina, improving your muscle tone, to get a leaner shape. Basically, it is focused about how you look, your physical appearance. It is exercise is typically body oriented, whereas yoga, the yoga is a completely different term. The actual aim of yoga is spiritual development, or you can say the realization of the self. Whatever health benefits that you get in this process of yoga is just a byproduct. Your increase in your flexibility, you're getting a leaner figure, or balance of your mind, and able to tolerate stress, anxiety in your lives. All these are the byproducts of the practice of yoga. With people generally, when they join a yoga class, they go due to some physical need, some physical injury, or some, want to lose weight. That's one of the reasons of joining a yoga class, or to get some balance, to get some emotional stability in their lives. That's the basic reason why people join a yoga class. But then, when you delve deeper into your practices, you go much more, you know, more deeper into your yoga practices. And of course, the need of a very good, knowledgeable yoga teacher is very important here. You come to know that yoga is not just asana and pranayam. It is much more. We have got yamas, how to deal how to lead your life in the society. Niyamas, your own personal rules for your spiritual development, personal development. You've got pratyahar, dharna, dhyan, and finally samadhi. So it has a very holistic approach towards life. Another thing is the basic focus is your spiritual development, which is absent in any kind of a exercise. So as I said earlier, exercise is only body oriented, whereas in yoga, whatever practices that we do, we do with 100% awareness of the body and the breath, which is very important. when we practice yoga, all the systems in the body, from the nervous system to the endocrine system, musculoskeletal, all the systems gets good nourishment. They get energized. Whereas in exercise, it is only your musculoskeletal system and cardiovascular and circulatory system to a certain extent. Whereas yoga is completely, it's a holistic approach, as I said earlier. So your entire systems get in tune with you, and that can lead to, settled body and a settled mind. Now, here, most of you all would have experienced that when you do exercises, your breathing rate increases dramatically, which in yoga you would have seen that your breathing rate remains constant throughout the practice. Initially, when you're a beginner, of course, sometimes the asanas are a little difficult for you to practice, so you may feel a little out of breath. But with regular practice, the focus is that your breathing remains constant throughout the practice. Your entire focus and your entire attention is on your breathing, and that helps you. This is just the first step. It helps. The focus on your breathing is just a first step. It helps you to concentrate and be mindful of your practices. Also, after an exercise session, one feels very tired. You're all sweaty and tired. Whereas in yoga, you feel so fresh. After a 1 hour, whatever is your routine, half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour. After that yoga session, you feel so much refreshed and energized. You like take on any challenges that may come on during the day. So you're prepared for all the challenges. One more biggest drawback with exercise is that not everybody can do these exercises. Like very old people or people with a very weak constitution, it becomes very difficult for them to do the exercises. But with yoga, people of all age groups and of different constitutions, they can all do yoga practices, because yoga is such a practice. It is so wonderful. You can modify the practices according to your needs. And especially during these corona times, when it's very difficult to go out of your homes, you know leaving the safety and the sanctuary of your homes, going outside into the parks for your regular activities, or going to the gym. As also, even though the government has opened the gyms, but how safe is that? One is always skeptical. You don't have to. In yoga, you just need a yoga mat, a 3 by 6 space, and you're set. You don't need any, no fancy equipment, nothing. You're set for your daily dose of fitness. And one of the biggest advantage I will tell you about yoga is that the chances of any kind of an injury is very, very minimal. Because as your yoga teacher would tell you, you have to do the practices according to your capacity, according to your comfort. There is no sense of competition here. You're not competing with anybody. You're being mindful of the practice. And so chances of injury is just next to nothing. Whereas in exercise, the chances of injury are very, very high. So I've just told you a few facets about exercise and yoga. Lastly, here I would like to tell you something, that both asana practice, pranayama practices, as well as exercise, they are complementary to each other. It's not that if you're doing exercise, you can't do yoga. They are complementary to each other. So you can incorporate exercise as well as yoga in your daily fitness routine. Doing exercises, core strengthening exercises, muscle building exercises, they'll help you with so many of your yoga poses, your yoga asanas. Where and similarly, doing yoga practices will help you with your exercise in your exercise routine. So take the pros and the cons of both the practices and build up your exercise routine. See what works best for you. Try to take the best of both the worlds to get maximum benefit. Lastly, I would like to end by saying a very famous quote by a great yogi, Sri Ravi Shankar. He says, "A strong mind can carry a weak body, however weak it may be, but a weak mind cannot carry even a very strong, well built body." So, my dear friends, keep this in mind when you decide upon your fitness routine. And with this, I wish you all a very healthy and a happy life. Thank you.